Welcome back to the Hawkins Do You Copy podcast. My name is Ren.
And my name is Emily, and in this podcast we talk about all things Stranger Things.
It's our birthday. We are one today.
It's gone so quick. We've had 4 lockdowns, whatever it is. We've had still no season 4. It's been a time. It's been a year.
I just feel like forget Independence Day, forget Steve Rogers' birthday, forget the anniversary of season 3. July 4th should henceforth be known as the Hawkins Do You Copy birthday.
Hawkins Do You Copy Day.
Hawkins Do You Copy Day. More content than Stranger Things Day. So we decided that we would just have a bit of a fun episode, you know, it being our birthday. We've got obviously the rest of the D&D campaign coming, but we thought we would break it up and do some like questions, a bit of trivia about the show. Like we've written questions for each other, some about the show, some about our personal views and opinions about the show to see how well we know each other.
So
and
today
also,
you're not only going to see the birthday of the Hawkins Do You Copy podcast, you're also going to see the end of the Hawkins Do You Copy podcast. So enjoy that.
First and last anniversary, am I right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing with this. So yeah, we just thought we'd have a bit of fun.
You said that like it's never fun.
I mean, it's always fun, but I mean, like, we're not talking about one specific
thing.
Every
day we just come in like, no, can't be bothered with this today.
Absolutely, I hate the podcast, so hate you, hate working with you.
Hello everyone, welcome. That's exactly what
we don't talk other than when we record this. That's what this is. Like, we have no communication other than this. This is why we haven't filmed in person. Like, it's not actually the lockdown. It's
just can't bear to see your face.
Exactly.
Anyway, you can catch us in places, things, areas, and those areas, places, things are Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Stitcher at Hawkins Do You Copy. Then on our social medias at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Hawkins Podcast, and on Tumblr and YouTube at Hawkins Do You Copy. I had the other day, and I told you about this, people from my drama group, because they listen, High Drama Group.
High Drama Group.
High Drama Group. And being like, do the thing. And it was that. So this is how I'm known now. When we have merch, it will just be that plastered everywhere. Free advertising.
Free advertising. Yeah, that's exactly what it'll be. But yeah, shout out to the drama group. Sound incredible.
We had some questions from the ether.
We did.
And the ether being Instagram.
Should have said the nether.
I know, but they don't call it that. We can't say the upside down, so it's not going to fit.
Okay.
We didn't have questions from the upside down. We're not that weird. So we had some questions from Instagram. Because we put out a little poll. We didn't put out a poll at all. We put out the question box thing.
Yeah.
Put out the question box thing, and in the question box thing, we had some questions, as you would expect. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go from them now.
Yes.
So first we had a happy birthday. So
we did. Thank you for the happy birthday.
And this question was, why do you think the 8 ball in the 11 teaser reads, all signs point to yes?
This I thought was like really interesting because obviously I'd like really focused on the 8 ball because I used to have an 8 ball and I was just like absolutely obsessed with it being there. But I hadn't really thought about why, and I kind of have been thinking about it since we got the question in, and I reckon either it's one of the numbers can predict the future, which obviously we know 6 can, like from the comics, but assuming that they're, you know, we don't actually know if they are canon within the show, so let's just say for the sake of this they're not within the show. I reckon one of the numbers can either predict the future or it is a line to, not a line, like a sign of your theory that you said when we did the reaction for the trailer is, does Elle kill them? And is that like...
I don't know why I laughed at that. It's not funny at all.
I mean, in that episode we just went on like a massive child murder discussion, didn't we? So I mean, it was wild. But I'm wondering if maybe it's that, like it's either all signs point to yes, as in they're gonna be killed, or that number that is holding them, that particular like test subject, can tell the future, that is psychic, and that's kind of a hint for that.
I would like to think that it's a number situation that,
yeah,
I think it's related to that realm. I also wonder if it's just almost like a clever Easter egg.
yeah,
So it's, like how in like a film it won't be anything psychic related, but there'll be a foreshadowing, like a horrible foreshadowing.
yeah,
What if it's literally a case of that? And so from a dramatic point of view, it just looks cool for the 8 ball to simply be on all signs point to yes. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some kind of psychic foreseeing the future situation going on, though, because it's not just say 6 that has that. We also had, I want to call her Alice.
It is Alice in the Suspicious Mind book, which is the Brenna and Terry book.
Yeah, that she can kind of see the future.
Yeah.
So that is something that is there as a thing. We know that kind of exists within that universe, but I don't know. It could also just, I wouldn't be surprised if in editing they've gone, this is really cool foreshadowing.
I think it is really cool. Like, I think 8 balls, like, I mean, this podcast is slowly becoming a Magic 8 ball support, like a Magic 8 ball like fan club. But I think they're really cool things. Like, I think it's a really cool little game. We used to play with them on the playground all the time. I had a purple one and it was like my pride and joy. I loved this 8 ball. Like, people would come up to me in school, and like primary school, and be like, let's play with the 8 ball, like, and like ask questions, and like we would ask it like really silly questions, like, but I just think they're really cool, and they do look cool. I just want to know how many times it took them to shake it and get all signs put to yes.
Oh, honestly, I will be so disappointed if they all said that and they were like, this is the easiest thing to do. It's gonna be like, or they've overlaid it over the top. I feel like I'm just being the misery. I'm just gonna be like, it's just clever marketing. Everything just says all signs point to yes. It's very bringing down the mood.
I mean, like, it genuinely could be like, it might not mean anything. But
I hope it does mean something.
I hope it does.
I hope it does.
I hope there's a psychic one. I hope there's like a really like exploration of a psychic one, and I also hope there's an evil one that thinks that what Brenna is doing is right. And I've always stood by that theory, but kind of want that to be the case.
Wouldn't be surprised. No. So that's your answer to that. Take from that what you will. If you want to go for the optimism route, or the in the corner in black. For those that aren't watching on YouTube. Anyway, okay. Why do you think Victor Creel and Penhurst are in season 4? That is a question, because season 4 as a whole seems massive, and it's weird because I feel like I don't know. This is gonna sound weird, but I feel like we really don't know much of what's going on at all.
No, it's like one of the seasons where there's so many different plots. Like, we've been told about the Hellfire Club, we've been told about Penhurst, we know that the buyers have moved somewhere to an undisclosed location that we definitely don't know about. Absolutely no clue about that. We've seen lots of different things and been told lots of different things, but also I have no idea how any of that plays a part together, like how they all link, like how all these different storylines are going to fit into 8-9 episodes. Like, it seems really big, and obviously like Penhurst seems to be like quite a big part of that. Like, there's different characters that work there. We've got multiple, obviously we've also got the Hopper Russia plot line. Like, how is it all going to tie together? And I think the Duffers are really good, and I think that's why I like season 2 so much, is that season 2 is this really, really good, everyone all comes back together at a certain point, and it's done really well. And obviously we do see similarities of that in season 3 as well. So I think that they'll be a really good job at bringing everything together and making it all work. But it does seem huge, like so huge. And to have Robert Englund as Victor Creel as well, also huge.
I still do think, I think we said this on here before, that Penhurst is going to be a front for something else.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's going to be what people are expecting. We've said before that we do not trust Peter. That is his name, isn't it?
No.
Peter
Ballard.
Yeah. I wouldn't trust him with anything. I think there's something else going on with him. In my mind, I can kind of see it, because we unofficially know that Nancy is having some involvement in this, I think, right? It's a birthday.
It's a birthday. We can say it. Yeah, unofficially, from things that we definitely haven't seen.
Yeah, we know that she's having some involvement. So I wonder if it's going to be almost a thing that his character description is like, he's kind, he's gentle, this is going on. I do think that maybe, is he going to put up a front and try and get like get Nancy's trust and then kind of flip. Victor Creel, I still kind of like the idea that there is a character essentially in the Hopper book that has been involved in like MK Ultra stuff before. And does he remember in the book? It's been a while.
Not a lot, I don't think.
No, he doesn't remember a lot, but he's had some involvement and did all these murders, etc. I do wonder if it's going to be almost a situation like that, or Victor Creel didn't really realize what he was doing, and maybe Peter Ballard is kind of going with the instincts of, I'm going to get this out of him, and not reactivate something, but figure out either how he did things or how things are working, and go that route with things. I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of that storyline there and why they're involved.
Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if it's like a front for the lab or anything like that. Like, and we can kind of see that maybe we could read a little bit into Lucas's comment from season 1 where he says that maybe Elle has come from the lab, and that's sort of a throwaway comment, and he's being very stereotypical about her and how she's acting, but also maybe with that could actually be foreshadowing, and it's because Penhurst is linked to the lab somehow. And obviously we know Brenner is back, but it could just be flashbacks. But I mean, it could also be because it's tied to Penhurst being there. Whether or not it is flashbacks and memories, or if he actually is still alive, we don't know. We kind of assume that it could be flashbacks, but we don't know. So maybe he is involved somehow. I also like what you were saying when we spoke about the Halloween comic, that was just the one-off comic where they say about the guy that was like the guy that killed people, and whether or not did he do things like you said under the influence of MK Ultra and doesn't remember the crimes that he committed. And maybe he has an ability, and they kind of he's quite powerful and could be quite useful, so they kind of want to find him and be able to get that back. Whereas he's in a psychiatric hospital, and if he is suffering with the sort of outcome of MK Ultra, if he's had all these experiments done, it was really detrimental mentally and physically. There are survivors of MK Ultra, because I know I say this every time we talk about it, but MK Ultra was a very real thing, and there are survivors of it who have been really impacted physically and mentally because of the tests and the things that they went through. So if they go through that route and he is really suffering, people could just be putting it down to he's in the psychiatric hospital and they don't take him seriously, but he actually could have these awful things that he had to deal with, and no one's sort of paying attention to that. And Peter Ballard and people involved in the lab could just be thinking, oh, we can kind of manipulate him a bit more and manipulate Nancy, her being involved. And it's definitely interesting to me that Nancy is unofficially involved, whereas that's the name of the girl in Nightmare on Elm Street, and Robert Englund played Freddy Krueger. I think that's very interesting to me.
I mean, once again, could be a massive Easter egg.
It could just be a massive Easter egg.
All of season 4 could just be a massive Easter egg. But
it's actually just 9 episodes of
remember this.
Yeah.
Or that's convenient. that happens in that film. Just the entire time. That's what season 4 is gonna be.
Yeah, just a massive D&D game.
Don't, because I don't. Anyway, next question. What do you think will make season 4 so dark?
Justin's gonna die. It's gonna be the first season where there's a death of one of the party. I stand by that. Like if all 4 of them, well, 6 of them technically, but if all 4 of the original boys make it out of season 4, I will. I don't know. I one of them's gonna die. I think that they're all going to be dealing a lot with, I don't even think it's going to be dark in the sense of like monsters. I think it's going to be dark in the sense that they are all going to be dealing with a lot of mental trauma, because no one's had a chance to process what's gone on.
No,
not really. So I think it's going to be like, there's going to be quite a lot of like serious losses and a lot of kind of struggle mentally, rather than let's fight monsters. You know, the Duffers are quite big with the human monster being the most important thing, and I think this is going to be a lot of human struggles, really.
I think I'm going to do, is this kind of like a general answer, but you'll know why I'm going for this angle. I think what will make season 4 so dark is because it has to be dark.
Yeah.
Because I think, let's presume that season 5 is the last one. It hasn't officially been said, but the way that the story's going, I don't know how much more it can go.
I think
so if we, sorry.
I was going to say, I think Matt and Ross said 4 or 5, and we know 4 isn't the final, so we can assume.
Yeah, we'll assume that way. So for season 5 to work, season 4 has to be dark.
Yeah.
So like if you kind of think about it, so season 1 was kind of like, I'll meet the characters, and yeah, it was dark and it had dark themes, but it was a mystery, but ultimately they came out at the end and it was relatively happy. Then if season 2 wasn't a thing, it would have been Will was back, Elle's gone, but she did this great thing, and all the boys were happy. Like if you cut out essentially the bit before Will goes home and the looks in the mirror situation, it's a relatively happy end to the season.
Yeah.
So season 2 comes along and it's dark. And even then, though, the way it ends, it's kind of like, it's on a happy note, but is it really? Because there is this overarching monster. Literally, every breath you take, I'll be watching you, looking over the top.
Very clever cinematography. So,
it's very clever. So season 3 had to always be the gap.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, you have to have the light relief. Not that season 3 was light.
No.
It had to be that more playful, the kids are now teens and they're growing up, and we're adjusting more in that sense. So season 4 has to be the aftermath of that, because everything had happened, it has to be dark to set up for that ending.
Yeah,
it has to be that way, because season 4 in my mind can't be the happy ending that the others were.
No,
it has to be that precursor to things are now bad, and not necessarily that the evil's won, because you could argue that in season 3 the evil kind of won, but it can't be just we've resolved it now.
No.
And so I think what's going to make season 4 so dark is that it has to be dark.
No, I agree with that, and I think that it's going to be really, really raw. I think it is going to be just like this massive exploration of just emotion and just like okay, like we have to really kind of process and deal with a lot of things, and I think there's going to be a lot of struggles and a lot of kind of conflict that isn't necessarily monster conflict, but more kind of mental conflicts between, you know, I think the show has always looked at mental health and that kind of thing, and I think this is a really important, I think it'll be like that.
Yeah, because if we think about like Mike just for one moment, that he hasn't, I mean, I know all of them haven't really dealt with anything, but Mike hasn't dealt with anything.
No.
And we've said about him with this before, like season 1 he watched and die, or thought died. Season 2 he was calling her every night, like hoping she was alive, and then at the same time Will's literally being possessed.
And he witnessed that.
him.
He was the one that was there watching everything that happened with Will all the time.
Yeah, he essentially also, he probably saw Bob die at the same time.
And then still he picks Joyce up.
Yeah. And essentially, though, if you think about even that action, though, is holding a sobbing Joyce who's just watched someone that she loves die in front of her eyes.
And she's 13 at this point.
Yeah. And then Elle comes back and then has to deal with the fact that if they don't do everything in time, Will's then going to die. Because that's what they were setting up for, essentially. And then, then things are kind of happy in season 3. And he's got his girlfriend, he's got this, he's got that. But at the same time, over that, they thought the Mind Flayer was gone. But it's definitely not. And then she nearly dies again, arguably.
Yeah.
Hopper has died.
They move.
Yeah. Elle and Will are moving away. He is kind of the entire time, he's just going from here to here to here, and he can't settle.
No.
So I think it's going to be I'm going to be really interested to see what his character is actually doing this season. And
me too.
And I think I've said on here before, I don't necessarily want him to go to wherever the buyers are too early. I think it's pretty much established that he's going to go. He's like guaranteed to go there. I just really hope it isn't like we see one episode of him in Hawkins and then he's off.
Yeah, I think he needs. No, I think he needs that time. Like, I feel like the happiness in season 3 for everyone was like a front, to show there's still darkness lurking, and it's like a front of like 4th of July and celebrations and happiness and blah blah blah. But actually, it's a front because there's still so much struggle, and I think that's really prominent in Mike as well. I think Finn Wolfhard did say that people are looking out for Mike this season, which does suggest that he is going through it.
Go through it a little bit.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited for his character in season 3.
Yeah, me too.
Season 4 even.
Season 4.
His character in season 4.
Yeah. I can't believe the question was about it being dark, and we just went on a Mike Wheeler deserves better tangent. I
mean, but there you go. I mean,
he does though. He does, I would like to see him kind of processing, because I love Mike. Like, I know we kind of razz on him a little bit, but like, he was like my first fave.
Yeah, he was. Just
so, yeah.
Mike Wheeler. Okay, let's move on to another question, because that's enough about Mike. He's had enough for today. So these next 2 questions, I'm going to mention who it is. Harry, bless him, sent these questions today. I mentioned Harry by name because he's our little voiceover.
Yeah.
So the little voice that you hear that's like, Hawkins Do You Copy? That is Harry. Yeah. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry.
34 episodes of hearing your voice around.
There we go. Honestly, like,
I had a point there, and I just lost my point.
We're really like appreciative of it, because I remember, like, I still have so many files on my computer of me and you trying to do it, and we just couldn't get it right. So shout out to Harry for doing that and just being like fab about it, and also the questions that are like interesting questions.
Okay, so we'll get this one out of the way first. Will Barb ever return? No.
Cool. I think she's dead. I think she's dead. Yeah. I don't think there's any way they can bring her back, like, unless she comes back as like some zombie, like upside down zombie type human, or if humans do turn into the Demogorgon in the Upside Down, but we wouldn't know it was Barb. She'd just be a Demogorgon.
Yeah. I think, and I haven't listened to it, I think she's mentioned in the Robin podcast.
Yeah, we are gonna listen to that and do a review of the podcast and also the book, but I do just want to say that I have now tried to order the book from 2 separate places. I was supposed to get it from the first place on release day, which was the other day, and it got put on hold, and now there's actually no way to order it from that company anymore, so I cancelled my order, went to order it from somewhere else with some other books. All the other books have arrived, and that book still says pending, so I think there's a publication error when it comes to getting the book in the UK, so that will be coming, but just not yet.
Just hold tight.
Yes.
I think she's mentioning that. Don't quote us on that, just in case she's
No,
not.
I think she is.
Yeah, I think that's the only way really we're gonna see her return as such in like previous flashbacks, little mentions like that. But we're not seeing Barb. That's it. Cool. Anyway, opinions on Brenna returning. I didn't realize how much I think we said this before on here. I didn't realize how much I missed Brenna until we saw the trailer of him there, because I think Matthew Modine just brings something creepy to it.
He makes me so uncomfortable.
Good way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we've kind of I feel like we've covered this so many times about our feelings of Brenna returning, but I'm intrigued. Like even if it is just a flashback, it's gonna be really cool, I think, to just see his character there again, and just how Millie is gonna interact with him, because there's such a strange dynamic.
Yeah, it's done really well.
Between like Brenna and Elle, and I think it's odd. I'm looking forward to it if it is returning in the way we're possibly thinking. If it's just flashbacks, I'm happy with that too.
No, I am. The fact that there's a whole trailer about it, like you said, it could just be Easter eggs, but the fact there's a whole trailer makes sort of suggests that it's a big part. So I am really looking forward to that. Like, I think that's going to be really cool. I feel like it was kind of inevitable that he would come back in some way, and then season 3 happened, and then he just like wasn't there, and I was like, so I'm glad that like he is coming back. Like I said, I still don't know if he's actually dead and this is just like masses of flashbacks, or if he went to the Upside Down somehow, ended up somewhere else. Like, I don't know. But I do think it's cool that he's come back, and he is really creepy. Like, he is like, Billy is a good human villain, but I feel like Brenna is the worst human villain in that whole show. Like, that's like, even Lonnie is like an awful human, but I feel like Brenna, just there's something about him that's like, so like,
I think it's because he's clever.
I
think that's what it is, and he knows how to twist it. Like Billy, you just don't like
no.
Billy, you don't like, in many senses you don't like Billy.
And Lonnie is just
don't like Billy.
We don't like Billy. Don't like Billy. And Lonnie is just absolute like trash human being. Like, I cannot stand Lonnie Byers. Like,
I saw a post the other day that was like the fact that Jonathan had to check the car boot to see if Will was in there kind of just shows you everything you need to know about Lonnie.
The fact that Joyce was like, nah, he wouldn't be there, and the fact that Jonathan went and checked everything shows how he was to those kids. Like, no, absolute trash. But there's just something about Brenna that's just like, I don't know, like, I feel like he doesn't feel defeatable.
No.
If that makes sense.
I don't really know how he could be.
No.
Sense, because I think even if Elle did make the kill, so to speak, I don't think she would feel satisfied with that, because in some sense, even though Hopper is her dad, he literally raised her. And there's this weird, it's not, we've spoken before, it's not love, like, it's not, but it's a weird kind of, we can't be apart, but there's always going to be
Stockholm syndrome.
Strange, it is literally that. It's always be like a strange something.
He's still Papa. She still calls him Papa. Oh,
I think that tells you all you need to know.
Exactly. It'll be very interesting. I'm excited to see how they're going to do it, I think.
Definitely. And we've said this before, I would kind of wish we didn't see the pictures of him. Because I don't know, basically, well done Matthew Modine for sitting on that for that long. And imagine having that power.
It's very cool. It is very cool.
Before we do our trivia thing, we're actually gonna, I can't believe we're gonna say this, we're actually gonna talk about the season 3 responses.
Yes.
So this is a long time coming. We're very, very sorry, but we put out a podcast episode. So for context, go and listen to that, and then listen here.
Yeah.
Whatever. About our love letter to season 3, because we realized that we talk badly about season 3 all the time. So
we actually don't hate season 3. So
no.
And
we explore that in a love letter to season 3.
Exactly.
So listen there. And we put a little comment out on Tumblr. It was like, tell us what you think about season 3, and we will feature it if you do so wish. And we do have a couple of little responses, so we will read them out. We will read them out now, and we are very sorry for the wait. So this one first was from Millie. So hello, Millie.
Hi, Millie.
Hi, Millie. And she said, I love Max and Elle's friendship in season 3. It was great to see Elle broaden her horizons, and not Hopper, not Mike, you was such an impactful line. I agree.
I agree.
That was really cool. And we've said this before about Max. I feel like she gets a lot of bad rap with season 3, but I don't get it really. See the issue. But anyway, I'm glad they decided against furthering their rivalry. It was nice to see someone encouraging her to make her own decisions, even if it was a bit flippant, well intentioned. Mike and Hopper have a history of controlling Elle, and it was nice to see her rebel against that. I wouldn't necessarily say controlling. I think it's more not controlling, more protecting and doing what they think is right for her. I wouldn't call it a controlling, because I think that puts more of a negative than
they don't often check in on Elle. They don't often ask her what she would like to do for something. It's quite often, we are going to do this because this will be better for you, because we want to keep you safe, rather than I think maybe this is an idea, what do you think? Whereas Max gave her that, what do you want to do, what do you think? I think that's more what it is. But I also get controlling is probably the easiest word to use there, but yeah, there we go. I enjoyed Robin, portrayed well by the absolute Oh, fabulous. I just missed. I had the cursor over the F, and I was like, I don't know what this word is. By the fabulous Maya Hawke. Yeah, they had this. We can all. I think we can just all praise Maya Hawke. Just queen.
I've got all red now. I had her sexuality used so tastefully, which is more than most shows can say. She wasn't a caricature. Wasn't a caricature. That's the word. And they didn't sexualize her in any way, which is chef's kiss.
It is.
Cool. Her banter with Steve was very charming, and the coming out scene was a highlight of the episode season. Building off that, Steve's arc this season was marvelous, despite my feelings about the disproportionate screen time he had. There was a lot of screen time on the Scoops troop. A lot of screen time on the Scoops troop. Some of which we could argue could have been put into giving Will Byers a storyline, but that's just my opinion.
I would say so. Yeah.
It felt like the final chapter in his journey of self-acceptance, and I enjoyed it. Yes, I think I agree. Music was also a genuinely good part of the season, especially Heroes in the epilogue. It was nice to see Heroes back, and I think it was a nice callback to season 1.
Such a good cover.
There was a lot of that, actually, I think, of callback to season 1, and I did appreciate that. It felt fresh, but also you could look and go, oh, okay, I remember that. It was cool. The whole epilogue was a real tearjerker. I think that song really got the tears flowing.
Yeah.
On the epilogue, it was probably my favourite part of the season, full stop. It had such a melancholy final feeling about it, and I loved it immensely. But it felt like a new beginning where I can't describe. Yeah, that's kind of what I just said in a sense. Anyway, that was overall a stellar epilogue, and definitely my favourite ending of all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I preferred season 2's ending, but
yes, I would agree.
I think my issue with season 3's ending was that Hopper clearly wasn't dead. Well, I mean, I didn't clock that until,
I cried very much. And then it was the next day where I was like, I don't think he's dead. But the initial one, I absolutely was hysterical.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
was going to say, cheeky plug. If anyone likes watching YouTube videos, I have a YouTube channel, which is Ren on the Road. And you can watch me watch season 3 of Stranger Things. Thank you.
No, yeah, I can see that. I think
Mhm.
I'm just someone that analyzes probably more than much. I ruin things for myself by doing that.
No,
And
but it was obvious.
yeah.
Like, I think I was kind of living in a post Tony Stark had died. So my fave Marvel character had died, and then I was Hopper is one of my favorite Stranger Things characters. So then he had died. So I think I was just in this like emotional bubble. But yeah, it was the next day, I think, when me and you were like talking about it and stuff. I was like, he's not dead. It's not dead.
No, he wasn't dead. I just think things like that. I don't want to be like, I wish they'd left him dead. And I think we said this before in the episode, but I do think sometimes, even though it's nice to bring the characters back, keep a death and like, make it, because it would have been a good death.
Oh, it would, yeah.
Yeah, but there we go. That's why season 4 will be dark, because there will have to be a death where someone doesn't come back, surely.
Dustin.
Yeah. Anyway, that was Millie. And we have the next one we have is, I'm gonna presume it's Eli instead of Ellie. So I apologize if we've said this wrong. But there we go. So they've said, like you guys, I was not a big fan of season 3 for a lot of reasons, but I definitely like a couple of things. Robin.
Yeah.
My
brain all the time.
General consensus is Robin. I know she's an obvious one to like, but it's rare for a new character to come into a series so late and make a huge impact. They hit a home run with her. They did. I really think, because I remember reading the character description of her and wasn't sure what to think. Because like she was described as alternative girl who's a bit different, and it was kind of like, oh, she's quirky. But no, just seeing her, I think, actually come to life. And even with that first clip when they released of like Dustin and Steve meeting up again, and it just, I like Robin. Robin's really cool. She
felt not like other girls type thing, but like there are so many different types of girls and not one is better than the other. This is just who she is.
Yeah, exactly. I think
which I like.
That's an easy way to describe that.
Yeah, that's what I liked, rather than it being like, but she's so indie and so different and she's better than everyone. Yeah.
But she wasn't. She had flaws as well as being just genuinely really cool.
Yeah.
And that's what made Robin cool.
Yeah.
Great. Or abulous, as misread earlier. Gosh. So the Sawn test scene, I particularly enjoyed the tension they built here. I literally thought this would be a scene where Mike or someone else in the party gets hurt badly, but they all came through it mostly okay. The way they fight together and worked out a plan with classic party stuff, and it was just enjoyable. It felt like more of a return to season 1 where everyone was rallying behind Elle to be the bad guy. The scene was even set up similarly to the schoolroom when Elle destroys the first Demogorgon, and lots of similarities there. I actually never put that together, but yeah.
No, it is very similar. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Elle and Max being friends. I despise the scene in season 2 when Elle snubs Max. In my opinion, it was unneeded and tacky. But it was glad to see them build a friendship in season 3. Yeah, I think, kind of like as we said before with Millie's one, it was nice to see that as well. I'm glad they did it. And then we had Jamie, the youth theatre.
Hi, Jamie.
He said kind of similar things. Really liked Robin. Robin is really cool. In general, just Robin Appreciation Society. That's what we are on the podcast.
Queen.
And he gave us kind of like a few things he's looking forward to in season 4. So like the general consensus is like Byers and Elle storyline. Everyone kind of wants to know what's going on there and how different characters are going to be mixing together, and just more of Nancy and Jonathan. They're going to intrigue me in season 4. I don't know quite where they're going to go with things.
No.
We'll see. So yeah, that's the season 3 opinions.
There we go. We did it. Now, for a brief trivia section. Do you want to do this? Like, I say one, you say one, I say one, you say one.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it that way.
I also be very intrigued to know if we have the same questions.
Yeah, I'm intrigued about that as well. Do you want to go first?
Okay. So we'll go with general Stranger Things trivia. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Feel free to play along at home somehow. Okay, so How tall is Will said to be on the missing poster in season 1?
Oh my god, I'm thinking about the Lego one, which is like 2 centimeters or something stupid. Like,
yeah, don't think of that one.
5. Oh, I want to say like, how old is he? He's like 11. 4'8".
Oh, it's 4'9".
Ah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was 4. No, I was thinking it was 4. Like I had that in my head, but yeah, 4. Oh, okay. What is the name of the book that Hopper reads to Sarah and then Elle?
It's Anne of Green Gables.
It is Anne of Green Gables. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. How many petals does the Demogorgon have?
6.
So this is where I'm conflicted, because I saw 5 on the picture.
Okay.
But I have seen some people say 6. But on the picture I saw 5. So I'm afraid you got the question wrong. But I was Googling it, and I was doing this question while we were on here talking before, and I literally had my finger on the screen just like counting the petals around, just going 5, like just to make sure. So there we go.
Okay, so in season 3,
yeah,
Dustin and Susie provide a cover of Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
Who is the original artist?
It's not Kajagoogoo. It is Limau or Lim. It's something like that. It's like Limali.
Yeah, Limahi. Yeah.
There you go. Oh God,
that was like quite hard, but yeah.
I listened to too much 80s music.
Well done.
There we go.
Well done.
Thank you. Where does Mrs. Driscoll live?
Oh.
I feel like I've been really unfair.
I don't know. I honestly don't know that. I can't even try.
If you can give me the road, I'll give you the road if you can think of that.
Can't even think of that.
Okay. So the road is Cornwallis.
Yes, it is. Oh.
Yeah. So the number is 4819 Cornwallis.
Okay. Right. How many languages does Robin claim to speak? Bonus if you can say what they are.
Oh. She says Pig Latin. Says Pig Latin is 1. Did she say French?
Yeah.
Did she say Spanish?
Yeah.
Did she say Latin?
No.
Did she say Italian?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, 4.
Is that it?
Yeah, well done.
Oh my gosh, there we go.
Well done.
Wow. And Pig Latin obviously is the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
well done.
Thank you. Okay, so this one is kind of, I will give you a broad, if you can tell me broadly what it is, because it's kind of, it's not hard to explain, but you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
So what picture or poster is missing from Mike's basement in season 3?
Oh, it's like an art thing, but it's on Elle's wall.
Yeah.
Can
you tell me what it is roughly?
It's blue. Is it like blue color?
I'll give you half a point. It's kind of like an eagle. It's like an eagle perching on something. I'll give you half a point for that one.
But she has it on her. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Where does Hopper find the bug that Hawkins put in his trailer?
It's in one of his lights. Is it in the lamp?
Yeah.
Like the hanging lamp. Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, okay. And okay, this is the one that I knew.
Okay.
But it's a bit of an old one. Okay, so during the Never-Ending Story section, when they're in the car, so it's Steve, Robin, Will, and Lucas. which pairs turn at the same time? It's very in sync, and the pairings turn at the same time with the same expression on their faces.
Is it Robin and Steve? No.
No, it's Steve and Lucas, and then Robin and Will.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mean one, but I knew it because I watched it a few times and thought it's just weirdly they've timed it perfectly. It's like Steve and Lucas will go first, and then Robin and Will be like, "What?" and go and face the camera. So they're my
I knew that it could have been that there was something involved with Will and Robin being at the same time, and this is off podcast, but I was going to say it's like the friends and then they're gay friends.
That's why I asked the question.
Anyway. Is that the 5? Or is there one more?
5.
One more for me. One more for me. Okay.
Did you start or did I start?
You started.
I started.
So yeah. Okay. So what 2 messages does Will spell out using Joyce's Christmas lights?
Run and I'm here or here?
Just here. Sorry, because you took away the one for the 5 petals. It's actually right here.
No, that's not fair.
That's fine. You can have that. That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's right here, and then run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say I was very nervous that I was going to get everything wrong.
So did I. I got everything wrong. So
okay, right. So now, this is our test of friendship.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Start this one.
Okay. What is my favorite song on the soundtrack?
Oh no.
I have spoken about this so much because it's been my favorite song forever.
God. It's not a Bowie one. It's not Heroes. No. It's not Runaway Bon Jovi. No. Oh my God, what is it?
It's been, I'll give you a clue, it's been my favorite song since I was a kid because it was in one of my favorite childhood films. Or in the trailer for one of my favorite childhood films.
Oh, yes, of course it is. It's I know who it is. It's The Who, and it is I've got to call it Teenage Wasteland because I know that has it in brackets.
Yeah, Barbara O'Reilly.
That's it, Barbara O'Reilly.
Which is in the trailer for A Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life.
Yeah, which is one of my favourite films. I love Barbara O'Reilly. I cried when I watched the season 3 trailer, and it was played because I love the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Mine are not as deep as that. But okay. Which of my I have a couple of Stranger Things Funkos for context. Which one would I say is my favorite? I know what you're thinking.
But what I'm thinking is that it's not a Will one.
Okay.
Because my first thought was like, oh, it could be Upside Down Will or Will otherwise. But I want to say season 1 Mike.
It was Upside Down Will.
Oh no!
But season 1 Mike is up there. Season 1 Mike's up there.
I bought you Upside Down Will.
You did buy me Upside Down Will. I thought you were going to say Will the Wise. So
I didn't think it was Will the Wise because I thought that would be too obvious. And I did think Upside Down Will. And then I thought maybe this is going to throw me off and it is going to be season 1 Mike because you were happy to finally have him.
I double bluffed.
Double bluffed. There we go. Okay.
Anyway.
Who did I originally watch the show with? You can just say their relation to me, not any names.
Is it your cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Cool. See, I've gone very. What's this? What's that? What is my favorite piece of bonus content?
The Will comics, like the Upside Down comic, the one which is like firstly about him, the first one they ever did, and Halloween.
No, bonus content. Of all the bonus content, which is my favorite? Oh, this is very much the end of the Hawkins Do
Oh
You
my
Copy
god!
podcast. You're in the right realm. You're in the right realm.
The Secret Files.
Yeah.
Yeah, Secret Files. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even think of the Secret Files like at first, but yeah, Secret Files.
Yeah, Secret Files.
Yeah. What is my favorite? That's actually my next question. What is my favorite piece of bonus content?
I don't think it's Suspicious Minds. I also don't think it's the Hopper book. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because my instinct is Zombie Boys.
I did like Zombie Boys, but
that's the thing. Is it the Hopper book? Yeah. Okay.
Because it felt like an actual novel.
Yeah.
Like it felt like an actual like book with like stories, and also it's the Son of Sam case, which is interesting. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Cool. So in that realm, which of the comics is my favorite in the Stranger Things Extended Universe?
Stranger Things Extended Universe. The Halloween one.
No.
The original one that I said, like the one about Will. Zombie Boys.
Yeah, there you go. It was Zombie Boys or the original. I thought, yeah.
Zombie Boys is so good.
Zombie Boys is really good. Everyone reads Zombie Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do a whole episode on Zombie Boys. Have we done a whole episode on Zombie Boys? Maybe we should.
I think we have.
Yeah.
Or
Zombie Boys is
done like a
mini thing. Zombie Boys is really good.
Yeah. Read Zombie Boys.
Yeah. Okay. What was my character's name at Secret Cinema?
Oh my gosh. I had it then. Jackie. You were
Jackie Fisher. Well done.
Because we had the same surname randomly.
Yeah.
Okay. So my Secret Cinema question. What was the name of the little sister I made up?
Ah!
Should know this because it was an important part of our YN
It was experience. A really important part of our YN experience.
For those of you that don't know, we went to Secret Cinema, and you had to be these characters the entire time. And so I was Temperance. Don't know why I was randomly given that name.
Temmie.
Yeah, Temmie. And I made up a little sister. And it became a very important part of our journey through Secret Cinema.
I want to say like Amy or something.
It was Sandy.
Sandy. Oh
Sandy.
god. I literally
it was the first name that came into my head.
I literally like absolutely couldn't even think then.
Temperance and Sandy.
There
we go.
Yeah. Okay, so we have what are our favorite episodes like per season.
Yeah.
So what are my favorite episodes for season 1, season 2, and season 3?
Okay. For season 1, I'm going to say yours is either Holly Jolly or The Body.
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh, no. Is it the last episode?
No.
The one where Steve goes in with the bats into the buyer's house, whatever that one is.
It's the bathtub. Because I think that is the one where Steve goes into the house. Is that the one where Steve goes into the house? Yeah. That is my favourite one because of the Joyce and Elle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So while we're on season 1, then what's my favourite episode?
Holly Jolly.
Yeah. There we go. Season 2. Your favourite episode of season 2. I feel like I'm going to get all of these wrong. Because I know what mine is. Obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give it away.
Yours is Will the Wise, right?
No, it's not.
Trick or Treat Freak.
No. Is that your one, Trick or Treat Freak?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I wonder if we've got the same one. I don't think it's The Gate.
No. Is yours the one before The Gate?
Yeah, that's
I can't remember the name of it.
The Mind Flayer.
The Mind Flayer, yeah.
Okay. So I know that's not your one then, because you would know the name of it, because you were looking them up. I'm trying to think. It's not The Lost Sister. Is it episode 1?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just love it, so happy. Like,
yeah.
it's so happy. Like, when they get into it and the music's playing, and then there's Joyce and Bob, and then it's my favorite line where Hopper's like, "Get away from me."
I mean, there you go.
And
I
it's
mean,
so, like, it's got like Whip It in it. Like, it starts, it's so phenomenal. Like, I love Dustin and Claudia when she's like, ah.
I'll give you that then.
It's a good episode. It's a good episode.
Okay. Season 3. You mentioned the other day that you really liked Battlestar Cornwall.
Yeah, there's 2 for season 3. I genuinely wouldn't be able to like choose between them, and Battle of Starcourt is one of them, so I'll give you that.
Okay.
And the other one is, I can just tell you, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
The other one is The Bite. Okay. I really like the last 2. I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
Because I love like Robin's coming out scene, but Battle of Starcourt is really good.
Yeah. What one's mine?
See, I want to say, is it? I don't want to say episode 3 because it's like torture. But is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I genuinely like episode 3. I think a lot of stuff happens, but I remember watching episode 3 just thinking things are going down.
Yeah, and also like I think it's a really good one because aside from the fact that it's like emotional pain from Will, you actually get him finally being like, do you know what? No, stop.
Yeah.
Just like, and calls them out, which I think is really good.
And also that kind of like mind flayer reveal in the rain is really cool.
So good.
And like with all the lightning and everything, and I think you find out what's happening with Elle and Billy kind of at exactly the same time.
Yeah, it's a good episode actually.
It's just very dramatic and it's very cool. And that's that. Are we still friends?
We can still be friends. That's fine. The thing that I really liked about that actually, and Emily doesn't like it when I get really soppy about things, so I won't say it too long. I already posted a tweet at like midnight about the podcast being 1. Emily's about to hang up. It is leaving the Zoom room. But the thing I like about it is like even not getting like we don't always have to get the questions right. I think we actually just discuss things that the other one had said. Like, and I think that shows a lot more, is that we were aware of other things that the other person had said and we're able to have those discussions and we're aware of like other facets of like each other, which I think is very cool. You definitely won the Stranger Things trivia side of things. Apparently I need to brush up on my knowledge of that. I
mean, in fairness, I feel like I did go a bit mean because you said you were trying to find really hard ones and I kind of went, okay.
So
let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I should have gone for the what number did David Harbour change his thing to, and what was the number. I should have just done that, or like what is Planck constant? You know, should have just done it. But
that wouldn't be mean. That would be cruel.
But no, I thought that was cool, and I think everyone else got to know us a little bit more as well.
Maybe.
Leave us your comments though. What are your favorite episodes for season 1, 2 and 3? You know, you can find us on our social medias and stuff, so let us know what your favorite song is, what your favorite bonus content is, like, because that's cool, because then we can have those discussions and that would be really cool. Those are your questions of the week. Multiple questions of the week. You're being spoiled. I guess thank you for listening. Thank you for birthday. Yeah, like, and thank you for this whole year. Like, it's been so fun, and I didn't realize like how much I would love having a podcast. Like, obviously Emily tried to get me to do one for a really long time before we actually did, and I'm just really dense and didn't pick up on any of the hints that Emily was kind of putting out into the world. Multiple hints, yeah. But it's been so fun, and I can't wait for more years on Hawkins Do You Copy, and hopefully this time next year when we celebrate our 2nd birthday there will be a season 4. But as always, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher at Hawkins Do You Copy, on our social medias at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Hawkins Podcast, and on Instagram and YouTube at Hawkins Do You Copy. Thank you for doing the thing, Emily. Got it right. That's the 2nd attempt. That's been cut out. We love it. We love it. And thank you, everybody, for listening to episode 34, I think. We're presuming it's 34, 35, it's somewhere in that ballpark. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate everyone that has been around this past year, and we will see you next week. Over and out.
Do You